Hello, my name is Tara Olivia Martins, and I am covering Week 10 book review. My book choice is In Defense of Food, An Eater's Manifesto by Michael Pollan, published in 2007. And in this book, we learn that scientific studies have motivated and affected the food that we eat, putting value on certain items and not on others, but especially being able to have health claims to perpetuate the idea of, the guidance that the FDA would provide seekers seeking good food. For example, in 2000, the Frito-Lay chips was able to have an FDA-approved health claim that eating these fried chips in polyunsaturated fats can help you reduce your consumption of saturated fats, thereby conferring blessings on your cardiovascular system. And in the same spirit of this study, nutritionalism lately helped to justify vitamin-enriched Diet Coke. It was this omega-3 fatty acids that are found in fish oil was this improved version, which Michael Pollan, quote, calls the tangible material formerly known as food, off quote. Pollan has an old-fashioned idea of what we should be eating, and he is able to observe these trends in our diet. One trend that goes back to the 1800s was the invention of margarine, and margarine originally was sanctioned to be, in the 1800s, the color pink, to let customers and consumers know that this is not real food. Another trend that happened in the 19th century was Liebig's invention called Liebig's extractum carnis. And Liebig's extractum carnis is another word for baby formula. It was the original baby formula, which was to end up being deplete in so much nutrients that there was some casualties from children, babies who were consuming this food. But nonetheless, it was a trend of the time, and it continues to this day. Another interesting trend that was discussed in this book is Dr. Kellogg, who is the maker, the name brand Kellogg cereal came from. And Dr. Kellogg had a sanitarium in Battle Creek, Michigan. And it was a place where visitors and guests from the sanitarium would come for a vacation, but this vacation included small electric shocks. It had artificial lights and a very bland diet based on cereal with no meat, as Dr. Kellogg was also a Seventh-day Adventist and did not believe in consuming these meat. But the concept of that Dr. Kellogg had was, again, a trend of the time, at the time being superior, and later having people question the state of mind that Dr. Kellogg was actually in, as he was very extreme. So this legislation and nutrition has always been a matter that Michael Pollan calls the nutritional science, quote, remarkably reliable in its inability to find health benefits in whatever food it has been commissioned to study. And this essentially broken down to the fact that these organizations can be bought off by companies to perpetuate idea that something has healthful benefits, even though it lacks nutrients. So, In Defense of Food was somewhat humorous, and it was looking over a lot of anecdotal ideas of small controlled groups from like Aboriginals who were pre-diabetic and then had gone back into their native ways of hunting and gathering for 2 weeks and had lowered their blood sugars, and Pollan advocates that we should return to a basic lifestyle. What our great-grandmother would identify as food is the food we should be eating. And he recommends that Americans spend more on food, not only money, but also more time eating, to make it a ritual, because it's a lost ritual at this point. My analysis of the book, In Defense of Food, is that, first of all, the objective of the work is to show that eating this food, what we call food, would not be recognized as food by our great-grandmothers. And we're losing this knowledge and direction of what is healthy. What worked in Michael Pollan's book is discussing how these trends, like the creation of margarine, have actually it was very clear at one point in history where margarine was dyed pink in order to identify it as a non-food-like item. And there was a time when it was much clearer, and now we're looking at candy bars that say they're packed with nutrients and antioxidants, which is due to the inspiration of nutritionalism, that we can just break apart these small nutrients and call it valid food. The second question is, did Michael Pollan's discussion work? Yes. He talks about the lipid hypothesis and how the idea was that we were raising our cholesterol by eating saturated fats in animal products. But simultaneously, we are getting inadequate. We are not able to absorb vitamins A and E without having fats in our system to do so. They have to be they cannot pass the intestinal walls without the fat. The third question is, what perhaps didn't work so well? Well, Michael Pollan recommends that apart from multivitamins, the rest of our nutrients should come from the food we eat. What didn't work so well about this is that this idea that we can get all of this nutrients, we can get the nutrients that we need simply from our food alone, when even doctors will prescribe vitamin D, especially for most Wisconsinites who are deplete in sunshine during the winter months, and how we because of that loss of sun, we need to have an extra supplement or boost of vitamin D. The fourth part is, did Michael Pollan reinforce or cause you to abandon ideas you thought, ideas that you previously held on the subject? No, I agreed that there needs to be more focus on eating vegetables and pure proteins. And would I recommend this book? I would not recommend this book to a food scientist or someone who's looking for plenty of scientific advice. But it would be a great book as an icebreaker at the food co-op or a yoga studio. And I believe this was the audience Michael Pollan was really trying to find. Thank you for your time, and Bye.